working on this little project. It's actually my brother's. He just gave it to me because he didn't want to deal with it. It's called a nuclear lamp. It looks like an atomic bomb. Basically, he didn't expect this to be a kit, and this is how it came. So I'm taking it to my workshop. I'm going to put it together and see how it turns out, and hopefully it's worth its time. Anyways, we'll see how the components, I'm going to put it all across the table here and see what we got. Well, this is what I got. I got this base, I got some wiring, some little bottles, extra wire in there, and some little packages. I'm going to open up and see what the heck they're about. Some cups. It's going to be kind of odd, odd sense of stuff, but I guess technically this is all that's needed to put it together. And I assume these are instructions too on how to do it. So step by step we're going to put this together and hope it comes out. Another shot of all the components. Cotton, that's the lamp, and a few other things. I'm assuming that's like color and dye, cups that came with it, and bottles and wiring, and instructions. So I'm going to start putting this together and see how it turns out. First thing, roll the wire mesh into a 2 cm cylinder. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to roll it. Okay, there it is. First part done. To continue. It says to open one end up like that so that it's spread out, which I just did. Yeah, you can do it with your fingers, but if you want to use pliers, it's up to you. Basically, you're going to stand it right in the middle, and then you're going to glue it. They gave you some hot glue plastic. Of course, you don't have a gun. You might have to use a match or something. I personally have a glue gun, so I'll use that instead, and that should come in handy. Well, here's my glue gun. Like I said, it's better than just heating a piece of plastic only by match. So it doesn't come with a glue gun. I suggest you buy one. They're pretty cheap. And just start glue on the edges there. As much as you need, basically, to hold it down. It's pretty easy to use. Glue guns really come in handy for fabrics and things like that. So, anyways, you can see I just put certain points. It dries pretty quick. Give it about a minute, and you can actually probably pick it up. If it doesn't, then I might have to look for another alternative. But I'm just going exactly what the instructions say. Yeah, just to give you an idea. See? So I can pick it up now. This is the light belt, LEDs. It's a USB actually. Activated. They want us to insert this now, so it's through the middle and hanging out. Okay, I basically just ran it right through there and up. So part of the light is inside and the rest is hanging out, which will be adjusted later. I think that could have been done with the cylinder out instead of having it already glued in there. Not that it was that hard, but it would have been easier to have it on the outside before attaching the wire cylinder to the base. Now next, I gotta put this unit here. You can probably see it better this way. There we go. This has to go on top of the cylinder. So basically, I'm gonna put it right on top of there. Alright, anyways, I suggest get some needle nose. So they want me to glue around here, but I'm going to twist these ends of the wire to hold this half of the mushroom cloud down properly. That'd be the best option, so get some tools ready. Alright, let's put a little bit of glue. It's pretty easy to do again, to where they meet. Like I said, the glue does a pretty amazing job. Alright, it's glued. It's pretty sturdy too. I put a piece of wood there so I get a better shot of this, so you don't have so much distraction on my other junk that I have on my workbench. So I'll go to the next step. Next step is to put the other half on top of that. So the rest of the mushroom cloud. Alright, I got it attached on there. So it's coming around. You can see I just kind of threw the lamp. Make sure you put it in there before you put it together. I dripped a little bit of the hot glue and I touched it on my finger and burned my finger too, so be careful with the hot glue. This stuff is pretty hot when it's still moist, so I advise caution. There are 3 types of cottons. Cotton is going to be next. It tells me to use number 1, so I'll be putting that most likely around the base and work my way up, see how much is needed. Basically, I'm going to start doing it like that. I got a piece of the cotton, so I'm going to start working my way up here little by little. It's going to take some time, so I'll show you after I do it. Alright, well, it's coming around. I've been putting quite a bit of cotton according to the instructions. Basically, it's going to look like that. The first bag, I still have plenty left over, of course, but obviously I don't need so much of the number 1 cotton, so I'm going to move on to the number 2 cotton to put it around the edges of the mushroom cloud. As a note, I've been using the stick that comes with it, basically just to poke it in there into the holes so that you give a better effect. So it looks kind of like a cloud, you know, so I kind of just stuff it in there, you know, make it get into the mesh and make sure it sits well so it doesn't unravel or anything. This is cotton number 2 that I'm supposed to apply around the edges. So slowly but surely I'll put this on. The first batch took me, I don't know, about 20 minutes or so, maybe half hour to put on. So I just want to make it look nice and neat and look realistic. Alright, this is what I'm coming up with. The texture of the cotton is a little different than the original one. I try to put a little ring. Not so much, so I had to kind of spread it out. That little stick comes in handy. It's kind of like working with hair, you know, you just got to move it around a little bit and fluff it up some more in certain spots. But you can see it's actually coming out pretty cool. So I'm going to fluff it up a little more, and I'm going to go on to the next step, which will be the coloring. These are the colors that were given to me in the kit, along with little spray bottles. Basically, you just add water, half a cup each, make your own colors in each one, apply it to each bottle here, and you're going to be spraying on the colors gently onto the mushroom cloud. Alright, there are the 3 colors. I'm going to proceed to put them in the little bottles there, spray bottles, and start applying it. It tells me to start with this color first. Alright, I got my first bottle. This is the color I'm supposed to apply first, so basically we're looking at something like that. So I shall be, hopefully this comes out like it's supposed to. Yeah, there we go. Alright, it's going to take some time, so I shall not record the entire thing. I'll just record the aftermath. Alright, we got some of the orange coloring on there. I'm following just like the instructions say. You know, I sprayed a liberal amount. I mean, I even have a little left over. But, you know, it's only in the spots, you know, hopefully it's more concentrated. And this is what I've been doing. I left a little smoke ring alone, of course. That's going to be a different setup there, I guess. Alright. The instructions told me to use red now on the same areas. Just give it a little extra color, so that'll be next. Doesn't seem to be much of a difference, but I'm just doing what it says. Yeah, it is giving it a little more color, so this is where I'm at. A little of that ochre, which is like an orange, and a little bit of red, and slowly but surely it's coming through. Alright, at this point I'm supposed to use cotton number 3, another texture. That's basically going to be the cloud that's going to go around the base. Instructions make it pretty interesting looking, so that's what we're looking at. And I'll be starting to use the black color as well to mix it in, so that's going to be quite an effect, I'm sure. This may take a while to do that, so I will record it maybe halfway through it. As the cotton, it's actually pretty easy to put. It's a different texture, more lumpy, so that's the explosion wave that comes out after the big explosion. So now I'm going to be putting, I'll be putting the black spray. They said not to put too much on it because it can ruin the effect, so they recommend 20 centimeters away to start spraying certain spots. And I'm going to see how this turns out, so I'm just going to kind of, you know, yeah, I have to be a little careful with it. Well, there we go. I put the black on in certain spots and definitely looks realistic. I am pretty impressed with what simple materials can do. Does look like a mushroom cloud. I'm going to plug it in eventually. I'm going to let it dry a little bit and then hope the lamp works, because I should have tested that first. I'll assume it does work. It's like I say, USB, so I think I'll go get the plug for it and then try it out. Well, that's what it looks like lit up. It's actually pretty cool. I like it. Oh, we needed some sound effects to go with it. It'd be nice. But anyways, there might be some bright spots. I have a window in my workshop, so there's light coming in. So in the meantime, I can kind of touch it up a little bit if there's any spots that might be a little, bright, because, you want a nice glow, but you don't want it too bright. So, you just kind of just spray a little bit here and there of the black and maybe the other colors, and basically it's an artistic thing, and work it out. Look at that. That is impressive, man. So, atomic bomb lamp. I would give it a success, an A. I think it took me an hour and a half to put together, actually. And the materials were simple. I think you could probably buy a lot of this stuff in any store, really, the materials, and just put it together. There are 3 different types of cotton, as mentioned. They sell this kit for $70, which I think is a rip-off, but my brother, he got his money back, and because he thought he wasn't getting this delivered. But then it showed up after he got his money back, so he basically got it for free. So I said, let me get one and put it together and see. So I'm happy to say that it all worked out real good.